Welcome to the Deck's Hole Inn and Tavern. Pay no attention to the other patrons. You are here for a higher purpose. Instead, focus on my... Chapter 3. Bladewolves. Biscuit's ears flailed. Saro shicked out the short sword. Lovale's mane stood on end. All of it was too late. They came from the woods. 4 black pony-sized snarling shapes ambushed them. 1 pounced at the spook while 2 surrounded the horse. Years of training guided the sword to swiftly intercept the beast's charge. The blade clanged against the fanged maw's flight. The strike turned their muzzle aside. Momentum is a bitch. The mountain of scaled wrath tackled the spook out of the saddle and slammed him to the ground. The jaws wrapped around the sword and pressed Saro back into the muck until cold water splashed down his back. Biscuit reared up and clocked one with a forehoof. The panicked horse reared back to throw another strike. The beast behind her ripped her back foot out. The ground coughed when the horse crushed the mossy mud. Biscuit kicked the rear mast's snout. The angry beast roared and ripped the leg off below her ankle. It whipped the bloody hoof in a rage-filled dance. Blood fountained from the destroyed limb. The mare howled in pain. Horses were not meant to howl. The forebeast crushed her windpipe between its vicious fangs and stained the mist red. A sound akin to walnuts grinding underwater suffused the air. Biscuit bled out while the whites of her eyes howled in silent horror. Black scales rippled over Saro's beast. The mud betrayed its claws and halted their jaws' progress. Intelligent yellow eyes glared while the pink drool dripped down the dull sword. Intelligent and hungry. Its blood-stained teeth closed slowly. The steel groaned, then shattered. The beast's snout punched him in the gut, suddenly free but luckily closed. The spook brought his elbow down on the beast's eye, and earned a yelp when it backed away from him. He chambered his knee and slammed his boot into the snout. The beast twisted its head back and forth to clear its vision, but only one eye opened. A frustrated gurgle thrummed from its open maw. From its blind side, Lovale slammed her shoulder into the beast at full speed. Her momentum knocked the beast down to even the odds. The Altova stabbed her fangs into the underbelly to rip out her tithe of flesh. The monster kicked with its hind claw and managed to catch the hound's nose in petty revenge. 3 cuts scraped down the Altova's maul and dislodged the attacker. The Altova leaped back to defend Saro and the beast. A growl thundered from her throat, a dark warning to stay back. The spook ripped his hilt from the mud. The weapon was a poor excuse of a dagger, let alone the spear he dearly missed. He reversed his grip on it and drew a red-handled dagger from his boot. A dagger in each sleeve remained. With a moment to breathe, the man took stock of the situation. 2 beasts still devoured Biscuit, obviously dead. A 4th female beast kept its cautious distance. I hate this island, Saro thought ruefully. The mission was to bring back intelligence and magic. He had to live to succeed in that. His Altova could perhaps equal one of these beasts. Could Lovale keep 2 of them busy enough for him to escape? Maybe. It was the sound, tactical decision. A momentary glance turned to the Altova's tailless rump and her thick mane. To Helvin with that, he said to the Altova. I really liked being a king's knight. Saro slid his boot back in the mud, then twisted his toe to make the ground firm. He growled, Maneuver 7. The hound barked assent and ready to pounce. Lovale leaped high above them to land on the blooded beast. The creature flinched and jumped back. Saro threw his ruined sword beneath her path. The steel slammed into its good eye and took the beast out of the fight. The 4th beast leaped forward to hamstring Saro. In a fluid motion, he pivoted on his toe and heel-kicked the beast in its maw. In midair, the Altova curved and rolled to land with her paws toward the beast. Flint flew behind her when she launched at the scaled predator. Lovale slid beneath the beast's stomach and leaped up over the unguarded side. Her teeth slid against the scales, until her fangs found purchase in the beast's back. Paws pressed and jaws crushed. The 4th beast abandoned the ape and slammed her back into the ground. When crushing the hound didn't work, she spun and thrashed until her own flesh gave up. Yellow eyes saw the Altova floating before her, and the massive creature hammered with her forepaw. The Altova skipped over the surface of the pond twice to land on the other bank. Shite, Saro grunted. Wrong time to let me down, Helios. The spook drew a dagger from his sleeve and threw it at the beast. His knife clanged off its scales and tumbled away into the mists. Guess that was my story. A caribou flew out of the mist to land before the spook. The armored stag towered over both beast and man, before it bellowed like a god's damned dragon. The stag dropped its bramble of horns at the surprised beast. Its pint-sized rider lowered her stave. A green gem burned at the end like a lance. Her high voice cried out, "Ever is my vigil!" I grow weary, but I look forward to our next meeting. If you want more stories in Elvicar, consider the Drunk Wizard Chronicles on all things Amazon. Check the description or point your phone at the QR code on the screen to find one of my books. Like and subscribe for more, and thank you for listening. Till next we meet.